Damn, I'm burly now. So, want to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
It is turning.
Boom. Now jump.
I
Nice.
admire your tenacity, but you're mad.
Uruk the Seer, Prophet of Torture. Ooh, maybe he'll give me another legendary. Let's bash this away. Kind of shitty beast, to be honest. You've got open access to its spine. You know, good sword placement, and now it can't walk. It's paraplegic arena.
Not ready yet.
And see, now this circle is even bigger and provides even more healing. It's actually really goddamn awesome.
The sword glows. Perhaps the goatmen truly were driven mad.
Who are you to take what is mine?
I am a crusader.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
I disagree.
Very well. Let the games begin.
So you're gonna send incredibly shitty people to try and kill me. Boom! Awesome. I just love the ragdoll. That is just fantastic. I think
Well fought, but you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
She is more devious than she appears.
what makes you think that? She seems to be an idiot. Oh, I know. I'll send a guy who's wielding a two-handed sword in one hand and a shield in another. I'll send really shit people to kill him. That'll work. Really? Really? To be honest, I can't help but just see drama as, you know, stereotypical action hero kind of guy here. Bit of a smart ass. You know, he's just like, you know, she's like, oh, I've claimed it, it is mine, I've claimed it for the coven. And he's like, I disagree. Just, oh, I gotta love him. Ooh. Just got a ring. Socketed ring of invasion. Somehow it gives him toughness and recovery. Ah, strength. These stats.
Treated in your land.
Crusaders have no land. We are united by an idea, rather than a code of laws.
I won't ask what happens to those who betray that idea.
That's probably best.
Yeah, zealots typically don't enjoy people breaking their tenets, be they members of their faith or not. It's stats for... Actually, no, it's the same. Didn't realize that. Strength, at least on my Crusader here, increases my damage and my armor. Same here on my Templar. On the Templar. So, you take the ring.
Good thought. This will help.
On second thought, he gets pissed off. I'm not actually sure if him having this mad lucky ring will help in the slightest.
Good.
Yes, it does. I noticed the stat went up there. It didn't go up by 10%, it went up by 2%. But still, it went up.
I'm returning to town.
Okay. Ooh, excuse me. You know, I do wonder, why the fuck did you tell me where the hell the sword parts are? What were the next pieces? Where only ancients may tread? Is she sending me to go get it for her? Would explain why she just sent mooks to try and kill me. I was going to say something, but I don't remember now.
Here is a piece of the sword. It was held by a witch and her coven.
Uncle Deckard, you sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leia. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
Indeed. It's almost as if he read the plot to this. Oh, it's a Crusader only thing, so I can't give it to the Templar. Yeah, no. While it's tempting to have an 18% chance to block by default, and being able to block more, I think I'm going to stick with what I have, because of the constant regen and whatnot.
Magda's coven is a remnant of an ancient religion called the Triune that worshipped the primevals as gods.
Their gods are dead, yet they fight on.
The last two evils, Asmodan and Belial, remain. And if either of them are behind this coven, then our troubles are only beginning.
One issue I would have with Diablo 3 is, with all its character classes, the conversations you have with people, bar the ones that are unique to, like, the Crusaders, none of the dialogue is... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm too tired to make good points. To phrase things right. Okay, the NPCs have their dialogue. Your character comes in and they say their piece. And the NPCs answer in the same way, no matter what your character says. The only times I've seen difference is over here when I was talking with this guy. When you talk about her, Myra, whatever. On the Witch Doctor, he talks about the spirits and stuff like this, and he's like, look, I don't believe in your spirits. And he's actually a bit offended. Well, on this guy, when we talked with him as the Crusader, he's just like, you know, I think this armor needs repairing. There's that. The conversation differs there, and I like it. But with this main conversation over here, it's the same. As far as I remember, it's the same no matter what class he plays. And so it ends up seeming a little disjointed. Like, my character said their gods are dead, yet they fight on. And Cain continues as if I said nothing. It just comes off as a little weird, that's all. A little... like a ruffle or a crinkle in the whole thing. Not quite right.
I sense power in this twisted metal.
Indeed, it feels familiar to me, though the rest is still unclear.
This is the weapon of a man with strong convictions.
Is that what I was? Then what am I without my convictions?
Whatever you have forgotten is not lost. It will be restored.
That was different. I don't remember that conversation. But maybe it's just the ones between Cain and Leia. We're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see. I feel a little bit bad at criticizing it, considering I'm running into a few differences here. But in general, I find there's a fair few conversations where your thing is just slotted in, and there's no real change to the overall conversation. Or like, I'm not saying that the conversation must be radically different, just more like you're having the same conversation, rather than you make comments and the character ignores you or talks as if someone else they make a response more appropriate to a different character or what have you. I'm not saying that's the case here, but actually, let me rephrase this. I'm talking off the cuff and I'm exceedingly tired. I actually nearly dozed off on the couch earlier. I don't remember my point. Blasted hell. I know I was talking about the conversations, like I'm running into a few here that work better, as if, you know, it's not just like my thing being slotted into a generic conversation, and the character's just saying their bit without really moving with mine. But the few cases where it happens are irritating, and I'm not calling for a whole, like, each conversation for each class must be radically different. It's just make sure it grooves right. The same information may be shared, just rephrase it in a way that makes it groove, basically. That's just my perspective on the issue.
I don't know what would have happened to this town without...
Okay. Ivan? No. Let's head in here. Anything? Oh yeah! Another entry.
The Deckard believes the key to unlocking the stranger's memory is reassembling his sword. I wish I could say this was another of Uncle's crazy theories, but I can't deny that these ominous events are starting to really scare me.
I'm not surprised. Undead invasions, goatmen rampaging. That would scare most people, yeah.
Their leader, Magda, said the next piece fell where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember
Sounds like a
you
real
telling
tourist
me about
destination.
Uncle.
Exactly, Leia. The temple was home to the Nephilim. Leia, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
Damn. How terrible must that battle have been for them to still be fighting it?
So you were a criminal before joining the Templar. What were your crimes?
I cannot tell you.
Then I will not pry.
You misunderstand me. We are literally unable to recall our pasts. The Inquisitors stripped my sins and the memory of them from me, leaving me pure.
Huh. Wonder... Since he can't remember his past, is Cormac his name? Or was it a new name given to him to further distance himself from his past? And that's in the conversation there with the Templar is the same no matter your character class, but it actually works well enough there. It actually flowed right. So, that's fine. That's fine with me. As long as it flows right in either way, like your character's response grooves with what the NPCs are gonna say,
You and I aren't so different. I have...
or if the NPCs grooves to what your character says, like, they're having the same conversation. It's not a non sequitur or not that they're ignoring you. I've, no issue either way.
great power within me too. The only difference is, I have no control over mine.
Then you have not yet found your calling.
I hope I never do. The power is so great that... I don't know. It scares me.
With great power comes great responsibility. And, cliched, frequently quoted lines, maybe. It's more appropriate.
Not today, monster.
Try again next Tuesday. Foodunk. Actually, saying foodunk makes me think, oh, what's it called? Christ, that's a fair few enemies.
Had enough.
Nice. Makes me think of the spin-off novels to Game of Thrones. Is that an eye under its wing? That's fucking disturbing. Spin-off novel of Game of Thrones. Excuse me. Spin-off novel. It's called Dunk and Egg. And by spin-off novel, I mean spin-off series. There's a few books in the series. It's I could tell you who it's about, but I think saying one of the characters' names is a bit of a spoiler. He goes by a nickname in its thing, so I'll tell you that. But anyway, the Dunk in it is Sir Duncan de Tall, a character that was mentioned in the main series a few times. The tragedy at Harrenhal. Was it Harrenhal? Oh, there's some tragedy somewhere. That's Sir Duncan. He was head of the King's Watch, Lord Commander. Scoundrel's Journal. Huh. Alright, we'll read that in 1 second. Anyway, yeah, leader of the King's Lord Commander of King's Watch. But it takes place long before he becomes Lord Commander. And accompanying him is, to me, a boy by the name of Egg. That's, well, I won't say any more there. But, yeah, and it's about their journeys and whatnot. He's a hedge knight. Journeys across the land, doing, as a mercenary, basically. If memory serves, I've heard bits here and there about him. And I remember hearing he actually foiled 1 or 2 Blackfire rebellions. There's a splinter faction of the Targaryens called the Blackfires. I say splinter faction. One of the kings legitimized all his bastards, and even gave one of his bastards, he legitimized them all on his deathbed. And even before that, he gave one of them the ancestral sword of the Targaryens. One of the few special blades they had. I can't remember the metal they have. Dragon steel or something. But anyway, he gave the sword of Aegon the Conqueror to the kid when he knighted him, when he was like 12 or 13. This kid, when he grew up, ended up rebelling, and he'd taken the name of the sword Blackfire for his own. He was defeated, but there's subsequent rebellions. I think there was like 4 or 5. The last one had a guy who had apparently 2 heads. Then again, maybe that's meant to be a colorful retelling of it, or maybe he actually had 2 heads. I have no idea. Misinformation and all that. People, oh, this person was evil, they're horrible, they had 2 heads and, wings and fangs, that kind of shit.
After much searching, I have found a promising lead. A family near New Tristram has obtained a valuable relic, and poor fools that they are, they haven't the slightest idea what to do with it. I have some idea of what to do with their daughter, though. And through her, I'll get my prize.
Yeah. That is the smuggler. The scoundrel, sorry. Keep on calling him smuggler.
Please help. They're going to kill my friend. Thieves are going to kill my friend if we don't do something. Help me break these bonds and see for yourself.
What do they want with your friend?
She's just a farmer's daughter, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after. Where is the relic?
Really should have kept it better hands to your journal mate. Really should have.
Release the girl. The relic belongs to her.
You actually believe what this scoundrel tells you? Fine, you fools. We'll kill the both of you.
4 of us, actually. Really, kids, stay in school. Like, you don't end up like this guy, being unable to distinguish 4 people from 2 people from 4 people.
You won't get away from us this time.
Nigel Cutthroat, Thieves Guild Assassin. 1, 2, and we'll just keep shield smacking. And I guess we'll just follow you over and just keep hitting you. Not that hard to do. Smacky. Actually, yeah, we'll do this. Nice. Now that does a fair bit of damage. Explode. Ooh, and while that's charging up, we can keep smacking. Good. Wasn't sure if I could keep doing my, punish or...
This isn't over. The rest of the Thieves Guild will find you.
And that's the last we hear of the Thieves Guild. As far as I remember, anyway. Maybe it's in Reaper's Souls they turn back up. But anyway, yeah, with this you can keep doing smacking people around with punish. I was thinking you could only do a few other abilities, but now you can keep doing whatever. So that's good. Also, I got a few new things. Blessed